The national tour of the Tony Award-winning production of Cabaret playing Seattle's Paramount Theater for just 2 weeks, now through June 25th. You have to make sure that you check out this show. So joining us this morning, Benjamin Eakley, who plays Cliff in Cabaret, and Allison Ewing, who plays Fräulein Kost.
Fräulein Kost.
You do that so well. And is also the understudy for Sally Bowles. Thank you so much for getting up with us and joining us this morning.
Our pleasure.
I'm so happy to be here.
It's really great to have you. So first off, there have been so many versions of Cabaret. The first one I ever saw was with my mom. She showed me the Liza Minnelli film with Joel Grey from the 70s. There's the Roundabout Theater production, which originally starred Alan Cumming when it was revived in the 90s. And this is that Roundabout Theater production that we're talking about.
This is the definitive Tony Award-winning revival. That's part of Roundabout's 50th anniversary season. And this is, there have been a lot of versions, but this is the best.
This is the best, if
right?
we don't mind saying so.
I'm really excited to see this show. I mean, you're talking about a show that's right off of Broadway, so you definitely want to check this out. If you are unfamiliar with Cabaret, give the viewers at home just a sense of what the story is about.
Well, I'll say that at its essence, it's basically a double love story. There's an older couple, Fräulein Schneider and Herr Schultz. They are falling in love, and then it's a story about Cliff Bradshaw, the American writer who comes to Berlin on New Year's Eve 1929, and he meets this crazy character, Sally Bowles. And it's basically, at its essence, the love story set behind this really dangerous political background in Berlin.
That's what I find so fascinating, is while these two love stories are playing out, you have all this tumultuous, I mean, you see things change sort of before your eyes. That is fascinating.
Absolutely. The show is famous because it's really, really well written. I mean, the music is amazing as well, but it's one of these stories that is so important to our histories, to humanity, but also achieves that through entertainment and humor. And so the audience is kind of like singing along the entire time while the show is actually addressing some pretty serious topics.
I mean, you really have to check out the show. When the show is touring now, which I'm so excited about, but as you mentioned, it's still a risky musical. It's still provocative after all these years.
Yeah. It was written in 1966, but we get gasps from the audience every night because you would think that it was written yesterday or today or tomorrow, actually.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's about a society in change. The show's about a society in change, and the show analyzes people and the choices that people make and repercussions of those choices, and it is always going to be relevant, no matter if it's, 1966, 2017.
I'm interested in asking you about the choreography, because I remember I saw it on stage years and years and years ago, and then I also, of course, saw the movie, and the movie was very, the Bob Fosse choreography. What is that like at all? Are you paying some tribute to that, or is it totally different?
Well, I mean, there is some similarities to it, but this is Rob Marshall. He choreographed the show, and it is his baby. I mean, it's very, there's some things that are kind of 1930s in style, but it's a little more loosey-goosey, and there's a lot of like stomping, and we're looking right at the audience members, and I don't know, what else would you say about that?
Rob is one of the most important choreographers and directors in the world, and he directed the movie of Chicago and also choreographed that, and there is a real, there was a real effort to create a sense of the depravity and the creativity of the Weimar Republic. I mean, the 1930s in Germany was a seedy and also totally expressive time, and you see all of it in every move.
Yeah.
And this is the production that made him super famous, and you see the dancing is so integral to that, to our storytelling here.
It's an interesting thing, because the choreography is both, we're all together, and we've done a lot of rehearsals, but at the same time it's made to look broken. Like in Don't Tell Mama, we're made to look like broken baby dolls that are doing all of this kind of work. So it looks easy, but it's really, it's tricky and it's difficult.
I can't wait to check out this version of the show. This is the one that I have been waiting for. So thank you so much for being here.
You're going to love it. We can't wait for you to come.
I can't wait. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here on the show as well, for coming in this morning. And we do want to let you know, as I said, you got to see this. So the Paramount is offering a pair of free tickets for the June 20th performance at 7:30 p.m. and a $200 gift card from KeyBank. Go to the Q13 Fox Instagram page. Make sure you enter this contest. You will leave definitely feeling a lot. It just brings out so many great emotions. So remember, Cabaret runs through June 25th, Seattle's Paramount Theater. For tickets, go to stgpresents.org.